Well, I got to tip the cap to our team today. I thought our defensemen grew up, the young kids in particular, and Kate Stewart made one fantastic save late in the second, and then an even better one late in the third that allowed us to get that third goal. I think that the first period was not how we want the game to go against this team. They're always a outstanding skating team, and I think the game was just too wide open, too much down and back, with opportunities for them, and they got what was a scary looking goal late in the first period. But thankfully, we came back with the power play goal on a beautiful shot by Jesse Comfer, and then later tied the game in the third and squeezed out a winner late. Third period by far our best period, not just because of the two goals, but posts we hit. Julia Shaughnessy going to the net, kind of chipping it off the goalie's arm, and it almost went over the goal line. So just a game that kept getting better and better for our team, and proud of the way the kids fought back, and I think learned some lessons today about what they can do, and how to be resilient out there.
Great, we'll take questions. Just please use the raise hand feature, and I will be happy to call on you. We'll start with Patrick Donnelly.
Coach, you mentioned the sluggish start a little bit in the first period before everyone got their legs under him in the final 40. Do you think that had anything to do with the early 2 o'clock start?
No, I don't think so. I think it really had a lot to do with our execution or lack of execution. One of the things I usually tell the team we're playing this team is don't make them better than they are. They're a good team. They skate well, but let's not make them look like superstars. We've all played hockey a lot. We've got some talented kids here, but we really just didn't execute the catching, the passing, and moving the feet with when we had the puck. And it snowballed to the point where they just kept, picking off passes, or we were making lousy passes that ended up back with their D, and they would sort of jam it back down our throat. And, hence the first period, I think, was 11 or 12-3 in shots. We didn't get that many opportunities, and they had, 11 shots and probably much more puck possession than we wanted. But thankfully, we executed better, and it's amazing if, a player has a chance to carry the puck 20, 30 feet instead of just banging it somewhere. They can make themselves look like a lot better hockey player.
Joe, go ahead.
Coach, you mentioned how the team just sort of improved all the way down the stretch at the end of the game. Can you speak to any adjustments specifically on the ice that you and your staff made through the rest of the game?
Well, the biggest adjustment we made, was making sure that we're not playing sort of a 2-1-2 system where two people are, bombing down on the forecheck when BC is going to get control of the puck. That's when you want one person to go. And I knew we had 40 minutes of hockey left, so I strongly urged them to let's get a great job out of F1, and if it's a 50-50, get F2 there. But let's not just force turnovers because two people are going in. And I think they really did pick their spots. But the other thing that helped a lot is to get that sort of momentum goal that came on a power play, which is important. Now you got 2 games in a row with a power play goal, and B, it got you right back in the game. It's 2-1, and now maybe you've got them thinking a little bit. And I don't think we dominated the second period. It was pretty even in shots for what I remember, but we got that all important goal that took us to the third. And then I would dare say in the third we probably had the better advantages, controlled the puck more. We seemed to be quick with the second person on support, and there were a lot of good opportunities going on.
Pat, go ahead.
Coach, Jesse kind of took over the game today, and I believe she's now tied 5th all-time for program assists. And can you just, obviously, we've talked about this many times, but kind of what she brings to the team, what she means to the team, especially this year with kind of inconsistent offensive production?
Sure. Well, you look at the great players in the league, and not surprisingly, they're the type that tend to gravitate toward 2 points a game. And so when they're in the game, and you can count on probably one in and a lot of nights be lucky enough to get 2. It really changes the complexion of the game because, you're talking 2-1, 3-1, 3-2 hockey games all too often nowadays with the goalies being great, that you need a player like that. And, she's probably allowed, surprisingly, Catherine Fulham to relax, and McKenna Parker is playing fantastic. She's the kid who is the consummate power winger, not as big as some others that play that role, but just as strong, great, fitness level. And so, with her line mates doing a good job and allowing Jessie to get to a lot of loose pucks or little indirect passes, that's when her skating, her puck skills, her puck retention take over. And all of a sudden, she's putting a hell of a lot of pressure on the other team's D. And, it can be scoring or it can be passing. She made a beautiful high roll and threw a puck over to Nadia, late in the third, and Nadia hit it right on the screws. It was a bomb from the point. The goalie got a piece of it with her glove, but dropped it right there, and we almost cashed in there. So an awful lot can happen when your top player's feeling good and her confidence is up.
Owen, go ahead.
Coach, you touched on it just there, but that conference line as a whole really clicking, and Jessie and McKenna also have a history of playing together. What do you think about their games complement each other really well?
Well, again, I think you've got a kid who's super well-rounded in Jessie. She shoots it well, can make plays and skates and carries the puck where McKenna's a little more of a complementary player, a person who can shoot the puck hard, who loves to go to the corner and get loose pucks. And, while she can make plenty of hockey plays out there, that may not be her absolute go-to. She's not that person who's going to carry the puck all around the zone. But if you get her into a leverage situation, use your strength, use your hip or your left side to kind of protect the puck. She does plenty of good that way too, and she'll jump on loose pucks, not just for winning a battle, but to work some type of a takeover or a little cycle, and keep the play going. But she loves to go to the net. She loves to shoot it, and she works extremely hard on the walls all around the rink.
We'll take 2 more questions. First is Joe.
Coach, did you get any explanation for the Alex Allen hooking call late in the game? It seemed a little bit, I guess, controversial, if you could call it that. But
yeah, I mean, I didn't, and I didn't want to inquire. I think I saw the situation where the kids got a little bit of a threatening play, and the quick view I had on the jumbotron was that she kind of one hand on her stick just sort of reached out and tapped the kid's stick. I don't think it was a malicious hit. And, sometimes I think even officials will anticipate something happen. And again, I didn't see their kid go down, didn't really lose her balance. But, it's a tough job. I'm not signing up for it. And, we're very fortunate to have these quality officials who referee in our league. And, they haven't determined any games yet this year in my eyes. So happy to have them here. But again, sometimes they get one look in the heat of the battle. We can go watch it on the video tonight 20 times or, maybe on the jumbotron for a split second. But again, a tricky one. But, we were up one, and maybe that influenced it a little.
And our final question, Pat, go ahead.
Coach, Julia Shaughnessy was pretty involved today. She takes that penalty earlier in the game to deny a pretty good opportunity, and then almost scored her first goal to give you the lead late. What have you seen from her from the start of the year to now?
I complimented our defense, particularly the young D and all of the freshmen in general, because Lacey and Catherine Fulham, I think they played good games today and were certainly involved. Claire O'Leary played well the other day and was back at it today. But it's a hard position defense, and for Andy and for Julia, I'd mentioned Grace Parker being kind of a young sophomore and playing experience, and Tamara. They all sort of graduated maybe a little bit today, to get now, 10 games under their belt, to play a game against a fast team like this, coming off the, very, very competitive Vermont team we played. They had to answer the bell, and they did a nice job. And what we're trying to get them to do is realize that when it's their turn, carry the puck. Don't be in a panic mode or in a hurry to throw the puck up ice, and play the percentages. The high percentages to make a pass up the wing you're on, or maybe find the center, gravitating over to your side of the ice, but don't make the passes when you're falling away. Don't rush the passes, and don't make those long cross ice passes. The days of high school youth hockey, they're behind you. There's too many quick, talented players in this league to make the low percentage play. So I really complimented them at the game. That, like I said, I think they took a big step forward today, and now they've just got to bounce back, bring it tomorrow, and bring it into the playoffs.